I sit by myself, talking to the moon, trying to get to you.
You guys already know we have to try this out. Let's make a Nerds frozen jelly. Need an empty bottle, corn syrup, Nerds, Kool-Aid for extra flavor, the syrup in a bottle, some Kool-Aid, and the Nerds. And now we freeze for 8 hours.
This is the best one so far.
Testing the frozen honey trend. Let's see how it tastes. Pushing it out. Wow. Oh my. Taste test. Time to make a bubble tea one. Let's add some tea. Time to pour the rest away. Now we're left with just boba. Now cornstarch. Put the container up with boba. Now I'm adding the liquid. I'm gonna put it in the freezer and let it turn into jelly. I'll update you with the results. You don't want to miss it.
Let's try making the frozen corn syrup with pickled cotton candy. And literally, it tastes and smells just like pickles. So I have a glass of water, I have edible glitter, and then I'm gonna dump this right into the water. First, I'm gonna spray some glitter right into the water. Now drop it in. Oh, that looks so cool. It looks so pretty, and now I'm just gonna mix it and then pop it in the freezer for about like 2 hours. All right, so it's finally done, and I actually froze it overnight, so it's a little too frozen. You can still see it's like still squishy, but I might have to like defrost it a little. It smells like pickles, and I'm actually scared to try it because I did not really like the pickled cotton candy. You can't really see the glitter anymore, but it definitely tastes like pickles. So hard to squish. I'm gonna try the frozen corn syrup, but put these popping bubbles on the inside. I think this flavor is strawberry. It's really good. Not gonna lie, I do not like this one. But I'm gonna put these into the little container and then fill it up with corn syrup. I feel like this is gonna be so good. They look really cool. I'm gonna put them in the freezer for about 4 hours, and I really hope that the popping bubbles don't actually freeze, but we'll see in part 2. Let's try them. Not gonna lie, it kind of looks gross. It looks like there's like kernels of corn in here. This one doesn't look as bad, kind of looks like pieces of strawberry. So they're not frozen and they still pop in your mouth. But obviously the corn syrup doesn't really taste that good, but it's definitely gonna taste better. Ew, it's kind of liquidy though. This one didn't really work that great. I fully expected them to freeze, but they did not. So that was actually pretty cool. Let's make frozen s'mores. Corn syrup and chocolate syrup, mini marshmallows, and crushed up graham crackers. I literally know for a fact that this is going to be so good. All right, I'm gonna freeze it and see how it turns out. Let's try and make the frozen corn syrup with bubble milk tea. I filled it up about halfway. Now I'm just gonna pour in the milk tea and all the bobas. I'm just gonna mix it together. They're done and completely mixed. We have caramel and strawberry, and I'm gonna freeze them for about like 6 hours. I think they're gonna need a lot more time to freeze just because it's a lot of the bubble milk tea and not a lot of the corn syrup, but we're gonna see how it turns out. Back with the boba milk teas, and we're gonna try them. Let's try the strawberry first. Definitely weird, but like just weirdly satisfying. But this one is the caramel one. It's just so cold. Like the boba pieces are so cold, but I mean, it does taste good. It just tastes exactly like the drink. This is so cold. Literally hurts my teeth to bite it, but It's definitely fun. It's done. I'm so excited to do this. And no, I don't waste it. If I don't eat it, then I just keep it because it's mine and I'll just use it another day. But this one is really, really frozen. I let it sit overnight actually. But let's just try it. Oh my gosh. Wish I could explain it better, but I just can't. Definitely the best one yet. So it's been a few hours later and we're gonna try these. First one I'm gonna try is just normal honey. Whoa, this is so satisfying. This is the maple syrup and I don't really think it worked that well. It's definitely more liquidy. The maple syrup was like slime, but let's try the Kool-Aid. It's gonna be a similar texture. It tastes really good, but it like instantly melts in your mouth after you squeeze it. And last is just the cornstarch. Whoa, that's cool. Let's try it. The honey is definitely my favorite. So I let it freeze overnight and let's try it. It smells really good, but it's just peanut butter jelly and honey. It's literally so frozen, I can't squeeze it. So I'm gonna like let it defrost for a little bit. So hard to squeeze, I think because the peanut butter is frozen, but let's try it. Wait, it's so hard to squeeze. But this has to be the best one yet. It tastes so good. So good. It tastes just like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, obviously, but I think it's like better because it's not like a mouthful of honey, so you kind of get like all three, but it's pretty good. I would definitely make this again.
I won't believe it till I see it for myself. We're making frozen jellies today. To the store. I ripped my sweater. Got the Gatorade bottle, standing sugar, corn syrup, and blue dye. Put the corn syrup in the bottle, add some color, some sugar. Now freeze for 5 hours.
It tastes good, but why is it melted?
Let's make frozen corn syrup with the Juicy Drop Pop. I'm gonna mix the goo into the corn syrup. It's all mixed. Let's pour it in. Now I'm gonna cut these in half. I'm just gonna put these right in. Okay, it's all done and I'm gonna freeze it overnight, so come back for part 2.